Welcome to your yoga practice. For today's class, if you need a chair or blocks, or if you'd like to have a strap, please make those available to yourself. And when you're ready, make your way to your mat, coming into a good seated position. Sit well, crossing your shins one in front of the other, taking your fingertips next to your side body, grow long through the side body, lift your heart space. Now tone your belly, lengthen the tip of your tailbone. Good. Take your shoulders up towards your ears, back towards the back of the mat. Broaden them as you release them down. Bring your hands to your upper thighs. Tilt your chin. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. And begin to check into your breath. And as you check in, notice the gentle rhythm, the ebb and flow of your breath. Something we don't think about very much. As you begin to deepen your breathing, see if you could draw your breath all the way down from the root of your sitting bones up through the crown of your head, and without diminishing your posture, release it all the way back down so it flows from the roots of your pose all the way out through the crown of your head, nourishing the very tip of your head, opening the skull, and then coming all the way back down like rain, nourishing all the way down through the roots again. Keep that gentle flow going. And scan through your body, noticing today where your body feels good. And cultivate a sense of gratefulness for those places in your body that feel good today. Continuing your breathing. Maybe also begin to notice the places in your body that are maybe a little stiff, a little sore today. And can you be grateful for those parts of your body as well? Yes, even the parts of your body that are stiff and sore. Giving you information about what you need and what needs to open up for your practice today. As you begin to notice those parts of your body that need a little more attention, send some attention to them with your breath, allowing even the very flow of your breath to open up those sections of your body and begin to create space. A couple more rounds of your breath. And then return to your normal free-flowing breath. And as you work through your class today, see if you can cultivate a sense of gratefulness, especially as you notice the flow of your breath and the flow of energy through your body for today's practice. Peep open your eyes. Good. Lean on back. Uncross your legs. Maybe windshield wiper them from one side to the other. Moving at your own pace. Breathing in and out. Noticing that one knee may come down a little more readily than the other. Being grateful that you now know which side needs more attention. When you're ready, coming on back to the center. Bring your legs out in front of you. Let's start today's practice with a good foot massage. I'll be mirroring you today. So if you would, take your right leg over top of the left leg. Grab a hold of the toes, bottom of the foot. Give a good massage to the entire sole of the foot. Toes to heels. Maybe twist and pull each toe. Interlace your fingers in between the toes. Squeeze the toes to the fingers, fingers to the toes. Open the toes, open the fingers. Squeeze, squeeze, open, open. Good. Now, grab a hold of the toes and start to circle your ankle. Circle it in the other direction. Excellent. Come on back to the center. Wiggle the foot back and forth. Spread the fingers, spread the toes, peel the hand away, keep those toes spread. Take your hand to the top of the foot, point it towards the back of the room, just beginning to stretch that foot. Flex it going the other way. Rub through the sole of the foot again, the heel, the mounds, the toes. Good. And then when you're ready, clap the foot, and then paddle the bottom of the foot. Make a fist, and gently tap the sole of the foot, waking it up, activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Grab a hold of the ankle, shake it out. Good. Hand goes to the outer edge of the foot as you open that hip up, starting to wake it up. Release that foot, take it out in front of you. Bring the top of the leg back into the hip socket. Good. Switch sides. And as you rub through the sole of this foot, notice that one foot feels different than the other. And notice where your foot is telling you you need to bring your attention. Interlace your fingers in between the toes. Good. Excellent. Now squeeze the toes to the fingers, fingers to the toes. Spread the toes, spread the fingers. Squeeze in, spread, spread. Squeeze in, spread, spread. Last time, squeeze in, spread, spread. Good. Bend those fingers, circle the ankle. Good. You're doing a great job. Starting to open the ankle up, circle it in the other direction. Release that, come on back to the center, shake the foot out, spread the fingers, spread the toes. Keep those toes spread wide as you peel the hand away. Stretch the top of the foot. Flex the foot. Stretching it in the other way, stretching the back of the heel, the Achilles tendon. Rub through the sole of the foot again. Good. Clap the foot. Give it a good paddle. Make a fist. Compassionately tap the sole of the foot, waking it up. Grab a hold of the ankle, shake it on out. Grab a hold of the outer edge of the foot, hug the shin in, open up your hip. Good. Release that down to your mat. Bring the top of the leg bone back into the hip socket. And we're going to start today's class on our backs. So if you would, when you're ready, swing your legs over to one side, lay on down on your mat. Knees are bent, soles of the feet on the floor. Shimmy your shoulders under your heart space. Good. Take your right leg, cross the right ankle over top of the left knee. Open that right knee out towards the front of the mat. Keep that open up. Flex your foot. Breathe in and out. Keeping the back of your skull on the mat, your hips on the mat. Can you lift that left leg? Good. Can you interlace your hands behind that upper thigh? Draw the leg in towards the midline. Keep opening that right knee out. You can stay here. You can straighten that left leg towards the sky. Breathe in and out. You can stay here or you can walk your hands towards the shin. Just getting a deeper stretch. Noticing if you're starting to lift your hips or you're starting to lift your chin towards the sky. Tilt your chin down. Keep your hips planted on the mat. Breathe in and out. Good. Release that top leg. Uncross the legs. Switch sides. Left ankle crosses over top the right knee. You open that left knee out. Good. Excellent. Breathe in and out, just noticing where you are. And when you're ready, lift that right leg off the mat. Thread your hands behind the upper thigh, taking your time. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, draw that right knee in towards the chest, but open that left hip out. Good. Being grateful for the range of motion that you're working on. When you're ready, you can straighten that top leg if that feels good for you. If it doesn't feel good, you keep the knee bent. Excellent. Good. If you'd like, you can reach your hand around to the shin, the back of the calf, keeping shoulders planted. Chin is tilted towards the chest. Take a couple deep breaths in and out, just letting your body open up. Doing a great job. When you're ready, bend the knee, release both feet down to the mat, soles of the feet on the floor. Windshield wiper your knees back and forth, taking your time. Excellent. Now keep your left leg where it is. Knee is bent, sole of the foot on the floor. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Grab around the top of the knee. Maybe squeeze it on in. Take a deep inhale. Lift your head and shoulders off the mat. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lift again. Exhale, squeeze. Now, as you release your upper torso back down to the mat, can you keep that knee squeezed in towards your chest? Beautiful. Excellent. Begin to straighten that right leg. It'll come away. The knee will come away from the chest. Both hips on the ground. Inhale, lengthen, lift out through that heel. Exhale, draw the foot back towards the midline, towards the front of the mat. Inhale, lift your torso. Exhale, draw your leg towards you. Inhale, lift your torso a little higher. Draw your leg towards you. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw the leg in. Good. Breathe. Can you keep that leg where it is as you begin to release the torso down? Good. And you'll notice you're getting a stretch out of the back of the leg, that hamstring. Excellent. Good. I'd like you to walk your hands down towards the upper thigh. Bring that leg forward so your toes are coming towards the front of your mat. And slide the toes of the left foot down on the mat. Good. So that knee is straight now. Can you take the back of the thigh and slide your right leg forward until the back of the left thigh comes down to the mat? Good. For some of you, it may need to come way, way forward. Excellent. Bend the knee. Draw it in towards the chest. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend and draw it in. Straighten. Bend and draw it in a little bit more. Straighten again. Good. Bend the knee. Release the foot down. Bend both knees. Excellent. We're going to work with the same leg again. This time you're going to keep the left leg bent. Draw the right knee in towards the chest again. Bring the sole of the foot towards the ceiling. And let's take a half happy baby. Stir your hand up through the inner thigh, up through the inner part of the leg. And as you get to the foot, reach it around to grab a hold of the outer edge of your foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, can you draw that knee down towards the earth? Inhale, lengthen again. Exhale, draw the knee down. One more time. Inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, draw the knee down. Good. And release that foot down. We'll switch sides this time. So you draw your left knee in towards your chest this time. Grab a hold of the outer part of the knee. And begin to squeeze it in. Inhale, lift the torso off the mat. Exhale, squeeze that knee in. Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, squeeze the knee in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Last time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Keep that knee glued to your chest as you release your torso down. If it comes away a little bit, that's okay. Excellent. And now when you're ready, can you straighten that top leg? Good. Draw it in toward your hands, come around the outer thigh, right on through. Excellent. Can you inhale and lift the torso? Exhale, draw the leg towards you. Inhale, lift the torso a little higher. Exhale, draw the leg back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stretch. Right on that hamstring. Good. Can you keep the upper thigh glued to your chest as best you can, having the intention as you release that torso down? Good. Excellent. Release your hands from the outside of that upper thigh. Draw the left leg forward on the mat as you straighten the right leg down on the mat, bringing that right thigh into contact with the mat. For most of you, this means you'll have to bring the left leg forward a whole bunch. Good. Once you get it there, inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Can you begin to lift that leg a little higher? Lift the torso, lengthen. Inhale, lift, draw back, lift, draw back. You can use your hands if you need to. Working on your core strength. Good. Exhale, release the upper torso. Release that leg down. Bend both knees. Working on half happy baby this time. You're going to inhale, bring that left knee in towards the chest. Slide your hand up through the entire inner side of the leg. When you get to the foot, reach it around, grab a hold of the outer edge of the foot. Straighten the sole of the foot towards the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw that knee down to the earth. Inhale, lengthen again. Exhale, draw that knee in towards the earth. You can lengthen one more time. Draw that knee in towards the earth. Pausing and noticing what your body's telling you. Using the flow of your breath to help you open up, to help release tight spaces. And when you're ready, release the arm, release the leg. Take both feet down to the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together. Open your knees out for Supta Baddha Konasana. We're just going to stay here for a few minutes, breathing in and out as we let our inner thighs open up. Soles of the feet are together. Take your hands to your belly. And as you inhale, can you let your belly expand? And exhale, let it contract. A few rounds at your own pace. Expanding and contracting the belly. And as you contract that belly, can you imagine your legs, especially your inner thighs, melting open? Letting gravity do the work. One more round of your breathing. Then bring your knees together. Roll over to your side. Pause there for a moment. Draw your knees in towards your heart space. Come to your hands and knees, please, into a table position. Make sure your shoulders are over your wrists. Your knees are over your hips. Good. Toes are tucked under in the back. Flat spine, flat round back. Sorry. Long spine, flat back. Let's take a few cat cows. Inhale and arch the spine. Exhale, go in the other direction. Inhale, round. Exhale, arch. Come on back to the midline. Long spine. Take the toes of the right leg, slide them back on the mat. Square your hips off. Lift that right leg off the mat. Foot is flexed. Good. Your Heel is reaching towards the back of the mat. Can you walk the fingertips of the opposite hand forward? Find your balance. Thumb is facing the ceiling. Opposite arm, opposite leg, taking a balance. Inhaling and exhaling, toning the belly. Bend the knee, reach around, grab a hold of the foot or the ankle. Lift that back leg. Take a twist. Exhale, unfurl, coming all the way back out to center. Plant the arm, plant the leg, switch sides. Toes of the left leg go back on the mat, taking your time. You find your midline, square off your hips. Lift that left leg off the mat. Reach, reach, reach through that back heel. Walk the fingertips of the right hand forward. Then turn the palm towards the midline. Thumb is facing the ceiling. As you take a balance, opposite arm, opposite leg. Couple deep breaths in and out. Then bend the knee, reach around, grab a hold of the foot or the ankle. Press the foot into the hand into the foot. As you take a twist, opening up, coming all the way back out to the midline. We're going to repeat that one more time. Toes of the right foot come all the way back on the mat. Square your hips off. Good. Lift that right leg off the mat. Heel reaching towards infinity. Walk the fingers of the left hand forward. When you're ready, reach that left hand forward. Your ear is in line with your upper arm. Tone your belly, lengthen your tailbone. Take a deep inhale, lift the arm, lift the leg, reach, reach, reach to infinity. Exhale, squeeze everything into the midline. Bend the knee, reach around, grab a hold of the foot or the ankle. Take a twist. Couple deep breaths in and out. Coming all the way back out to the center. Switch sides. If you'd like to turn that right wrist, right palm up towards the ceiling to stretch the wrist, you can do that. Release it down. Toes of the left leg go back on the mat. You lift that leg off the mat. Heel is reaching towards infinity. Tone your belly, lengthen your tailbone so you're not dumping weight into your lower spine. The right fingertips walk forward on the mat. And then you lift the arm. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Spread your fingers wide. Reach, reach, reach towards infinity. Tone your belly. When you're ready, bend the knee. Grab a hold of the foot or the ankle. Press that foot into the hand into the foot. As you take a twist, you reach all the way back out. Plant your hand, plant your leg. Turn the opposite palm up to the ceiling. Take a stretch out of that forearm. Excellent. Release it out. This time you're going to walk the toes of both feet back on the mat. Good. Excellent. So you're in a plank position. Keeping your hands and your feet where they are, can you press your hips towards the ceiling? Not moving your hands or your feet. Inhale, come back to plank position. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. One more time, inhaling into plank. Exhale into downward facing dog. And this time, walk your dog. Bend your knees. Walk your feet back and forth. Excellent. When you're ready, straighten feet. Press your hands towards the front of the mat. Melt your heart space. Lift the back of your skull. Outer edges of your upper arms are wrapping around the body so that you're creating a hollow in your armpits. Take a deep breath in. Walk your hands back towards your feet. For Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Hands to your shins. Press your shins into your hands into your shins. As you take a long spine, flat back for pranam. Exhale, release it. 2 more pranams. And this time, when you get into that standing forward bend, bend your knees. Good. Just as we did on the ground. Your knees are in contact with your chest. Hands to your hips. Roll your shoulders up and back. Keep your knees bent as you lift your torso. Excellent. Tone your belly, lengthen your tailbone. You bring your arms overhead for chair pose. Can you lift your heart space? Can you take your hips back behind you like the chair is just an inch away from where you are, and you can't quite reach it? Inhale, lift your heart space. Exhale, fold forward. Breathe. 3 pranams. Long spine. Bend your knees. Hands to that lower spine. Inhale, press both feet into the floor. Squeeze your legs towards the midline. Roll your shoulders up and back. Lift your torso, keeping your knees bent. Tone your belly. Lengthen your tailbone. Good. Reach your heart space towards the sky. Arms come overhead, chair pose, part 2. Lift your back of your skull. Press your feet into the floor, root to rise. Reach your arms overhead. Urdhva Hastasana, mini back bend. Bring your palms together in front of your heart space. Thumbs to the heart space. Walk to the front of your mat. Excellent. And we're going to do a few sun salutations. Starting at the front of your mat in Tadasana mountain pose. Feet are parallel to one another, about hip distance apart. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, reach your arms wide. As you hinge forward, keep those arms reaching wide, shoulder blades on your back. Hinge, hinge, hinge forward into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. 3 pranams, inhaling and exhaling. Step the right leg back into a right leg lunge. I forgot I was mirroring you. Square off your hips. Breathe in and out. Your knee is in towards your chest, just as we did on the floor. Make sure your knee is above your ankle. So you're in a lunge pose. That back knee is straight, reaching back through that back leg. Excellent. Bend that back knee, step it forward, switch sides. Front leg goes back leg comes forward. Inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen through that back leg, that back heel. Square your hips off, everything squeezing towards the midline. Melt your heart space. Lunge pose. Couple deep breaths in and out. Being grateful for your journey. Noticing where you are today. Plant your hands, step your front leg back to meet the back leg into downward facing dog. Walk your hands back towards your hips. Uttanasana, standing forward bend. We've been here before. Bend your knees. Hands to the back of your sacrum. Shoulders up, back, and broaden. Lift from the heart space. Good. Take another chair pose. And then root through your legs to rise. Reach, reach, reach up. Open your heart space wide for Urdhva Hastasana. Palms come together in front of the heart space. They brush your heart space as you walk forward on the mat. We're going to repeat that one more time. Starting in Tadasana mountain pose. Shoulders up, back, and broaden. Heart space lifted. Your belly is toned. Tip of your tailbone lengthened. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, reach them out toward the side. Keep them parallel. Draw your shoulders onto your back as you hinge forward into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. 3 pranams. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Being grateful for your journey as you step your right leg back into a right leg lunge. Square off your hips. Light on your fingertips. Couple deep breaths in and out. Switch sides. Front leg goes back leg comes forward. Reach, reach, reach that back leg. Make space. A lot of length. Square your hips off. Melt your heart space. Breathe. Letting your journey unfold the way it's supposed to. Planting your hands, taking your front leg back to meet the back leg into downward facing dog. Press your hands into the mat. Grip the mat like you're gripping onto a basketball, a really wide basketball. Good. Can you hollow your armpits and wrap your upper arms towards the outside of your body? Walk your hands towards your feet into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Let go of your head. Bend your knees. Knees coming in contact with your upper torso if you can. Hands to your sacrum, shoulders up, back, and broaden as you externally rotate those shoulders. Lift the heart space, tone your belly. Shift your hips back towards the back of the mat, chair pose. And then press your feet into the earth. Root to rise. Excellent. Sweep your arms down. Coming into Tadasana Mountain Pose, please walk to the front of your mat one more time. Excellent. This time we're going to inhale. We're going to step the right leg back into a right leg lunge. Spin that heel down. Bring the arms up. Warrior one. Opening out into warrior two. Drawing those shoulder blades on your back. Reach, reach, reach back with that back hand. Rest it on the back thigh. Sweep that top arm overhead for warrior four. No weight on that back hand. Coming back to the center, reaching forward. Taking that front arm to the front knee, reaching the back arm overhead for Utthita Parshvottanasana, side angle pose. Coming back through warrior two, through warrior four. Coming back to warrior two, can you straighten that front leg, reach the torso forward, triangle pose, all the way back, palms facing down. Can you bend that front knee, windmill the arms down, switch sides, back leg comes forward, front leg goes back, spin the heel down, lift the torso, warrior one. Good breathing. Opening out into warrior two, toning the belly, lengthening the tailbone, reaching that back hand back, resting it on the upper thigh, sweeping the right arm forward for warrior four. Coming on back through warrior two. Excellent. Reach, reach, reach that torso forward. Bend the elbow. Rest it on the upper thigh. Sweep the back arm overhead. Utthita Parshvottanasana, side angle pose. You're doing a great job. Inhaling back into warrior two. Straighten the front knee. Reach, reach, reach forward for triangle pose. And all the way back to center. Bend that front knee, windmill the hands down, step back into downward facing dog. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Bend the knees, hands to the sacrum. Rotate those shoulders towards the back body. Lift the torso, arms overhead. Bring the palms together in front of your heart space this time. Good. Can you lift your heart space? Can you take a right elbow towards your left thigh, left knee for a twist? That right knee wants to come forward too, so bring that right knee back into the midline. Take a deep breath in and out. Come on back to the center. Reach the arms overhead, giving yourself a break. Excellent. Palms together again. Sit back into chair pose and take a twist the other way. So you're going to take your torso towards the right knee, Left elbow comes to the top of the right knee for a twist. That left knee wants to come along, so you keep it back in line like you're squeezing two blocks together. And then come on back to the center. Reach your arms overhead. Press your feet into the mat, root to rise. Palms together in front of the heart space. Release it out. Take a deep breath in and out. Please walk to the center of your mat, turning towards me. So your feet are going to be wide if you can. Excellent. Step your feet wide. Toes are pointing towards the front of the room. Your heels are in line with your toes. Excellent. Inhale the arms overhead, reaching wide. Exhale. Arms reach towards infinity, parallel to the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward. Coming into a wide-legged forward bend. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Can you walk your hands towards the right side of the body as you bend that right knee? Knee comes in towards the chest. Come on back to the center as you walk through center. Bend your left knee. Excellent. Repeating that. Walking your hands to the right, taking your time, and then to the left. 2 more times each side. To the right, to the left, stretching the inner thigh. Last time, to the right, to the left again. Come back to the center, straighten those knees. You walk your fingertips forward, no weight on your fingers at all. So if I asked you to lift your hands off the mat, you could do so. Excellent. You'll notice your legs begin to work that way. Rest your fingers on the earth. Walk your fingertips forward a little farther. And can you release your upper torso so your upper torso is in downward facing dog as your hips reach towards the sky. And we listen to the beautiful sound of the church bells, letting them resonate through us. Walk your hands to the right. Turn your toes towards the right and come all the way back into a lunge pose. Good. Back heel is lifted. Excellent. Can you hinge on that back foot? Step it forward into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Hands to your sacrum. Bend your knees. Lift your torso. Really working your chair pose today. Tone your belly. Arms overhead. Root to rise. Excellent. Sweep the arms down. Shoulders up and back. Good. And this time I'd like you to use your chair pose as you begin to come to a seated position. Being careful, being mindful as you bend your knees. See if you can sit as far down as you can on the mat without using your hands. Excellent. Even I need to use a little bit of assistance. How'd you do? Good. Coming into a seated position. Walk your hands back behind you. Turn your fingertips towards the back of the room, and can you lift your heart space? Knees are bent, soles of the feet on the floor for sunbather pose. Just opening up. Breathing in the luxury of bathing the front body in beautiful sunshine. When you're ready, walk your hands towards your hip creases. Can you take your hands around the front of your shins? Lift your heart space. Good. We're going to be leaning back into Navasana boat pose. This time we're doing half boat pose. So what I'd like you to do is keep your Keep your hands on the fronts of your shins, or you can thread them behind your knees, but lift your heart space. Either way, what works for you. Lift your toes off the mat and lean back. Your back body is flat, so you're not rounding your lower back or your upper spine. You're lifting your heart space. Good. Can you lean back a little bit more? Can you lift your left leg off the mat? Can you put it down? Can you lift your right leg off the mat? Can you put that down? Can you lift both legs off the mat? Knees bent. Breathe in and out. Can you release your right hand? Sorry, left hand. Right hand. Heart space towards the sky. Knees are bent. When you're ready, everything comes forward. You draw your knees toward your chest, just as we did at the beginning of class. Breathe in and out. Try this time with your hands behind your knees, shoulders up and back. Lift your heart space. Can you lean back a little bit till you feel that flat space on your sitting bones? Good. Lifting your toes, heels are on the mat. Excellent. Can you lift your right knee? Put it down. Can you lift your left leg? Put that down. Can you lift both legs at the same time? Maybe try this time. Can you release your right hand? Can you release your left hand? Can you lift your heart space? Gently release everything down. Draw your torso towards your upper thighs. Walk your hands towards your toes. Take a break. Just pausing, maybe round your back. Taking a deep breath in and out. Excellent. Can you bend your legs? Coming into Sukhasana sitting pose. Excellent. Inhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, can you walk your hands forward on the mat? Tone your belly, lengthen your tailbone, walk your hands a little farther forward. We're not dropping our heads. Can you walk your hands to the right? Getting a stretch out of the left side body. Can you walk your hands to the left? Getting a stretch out of the left side body. Can you come on back to the center? Can you lean all the way forward till you come to your hands and knees into table position? Good. Melt your heart space, finding your table position. We did opposite arm, opposite leg before. This time we're going to try same arm, same leg. Try it with me. Take the toes of your right leg back on the mat, square your hips off. Excellent. Can you kickstand the toes of your left foot towards the outer edge of your mat? Excellent. Can you lift that right leg off the mat? Walk the fingertips of the right hand forward on the mat. Keep your hip closed for now. Can you lift that right hand towards the front of the mat? Good. Breathing in and out. Now, can you open that hip up for baby half moon? And can you close it down? Release the hand, release the leg. Bring those left toes back in line. Circle your hips. Circle in the other direction. Let's try it on the other side. Bringing the toes of the left foot back on the mat. Taking the toes of the right foot and kickstanding them out towards the outer edge of your mat. Good. Keep your hips closed off as you lift the left leg towards the back of the room, reaching that heel towards the back of the room. Walk the fingertips of the left hand forward, tone your belly. As you lift that left arm, hips closed off. Can you open the hips? Baby half moon. Can you close them down? Can you open them again? Close them down. Release the arm, release the legs, circle the hips, circle them the other way. Then take a child's pose. Stack your forearms one on top of the other. Rest your forehead on top of your stacked forearms. Notice your knees are in toward your chest, just as we began class today. When you're ready, lift your torso. Swing your legs around in front of you, coming to a seated position. Bring your feet fully out in front of you. Open your sitting bones. Good. Can you bend your right knee and cross your right leg over top of your left leg? Lift your heart space. Lift your left hand out to the side. Can you take it into a L pose? Good. Inhale, lengthen, 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 lift. Can you take that left elbow to the outside of your right knee? Lift your heart space for Matsyendrasana. Twist. Couple deep breaths in and out. Come on back to the center. Release that right leg. Bend the left knee. Cross it over top of the right leg. Left hand stays where it is. Right leg, right arm reaches out to the side. And you bend the elbow into an L position. Shoulder blades on your back. Inhale, lift your heart space. Exhale, can you take the elbow around the left knee as you open up for a twist? Matsyendrasana. Couple more deep breaths. And when you're ready, unfurl yourself, uncross your legs, shift yourself forward on the mat, and please come to a supine position. We're going to do a couple of bridge poses. So if you would shimmy your shoulders under your heart space. Knees are bent, soles of the feet on the floor. Inhale. Can you lift your hips off the mat? Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift again. Exhale, hold. Pausing in your bridge pose. Taking a moment to connect to your breath. Connect to your journey. Be grateful for where you are. Release those hips down to the mat. We're going to take two more bridge poses. You can continue to repeat them the way we just did, or you can come with me on a different journey, playing with your balance. Inhale, lift those hips towards the sky. Good, breathe. Can you exhale and lift the right leg? Knee comes in towards the chest. Then the right sole of the foot straightens towards the sky. Couple deep breaths in and out. Then bend the knee. Or place the foot down on the floor. Release your bridge pose. Hands to your belly. Take a couple deep breaths. Full and deep. Last time for bridge pose. Inhale, lift the hips off the mat, reaching them towards the sky. You can stay here. You can lift that left knee towards your chest. You can stay there. You can straighten that left leg. Sole of the foot reaches towards the sky. Bend the knee. Replace the foot on the floor. Release your hips down to the mat. Good. Take your knees back and forth. Gentle. And as we did at the beginning of class, one more time. Can you take your right ankle and cross it over top of your left knee? Open your right knee out towards the side. Lift that left leg off the mat. Thread your hand around the upper thigh and draw that leg in towards the chest. Notice if it's opened up a little bit more. You can straighten that left leg towards the ceiling. You can walk your hands to the calf if you'd like, keeping the hips rooted down, the shoulders on the ground, the back of the skull is back. Your chin is not pointed towards the sky. Release the leg. Switch sides. The ankle crosses over top of the knee. The knee opens out, and you lift that foot off the floor. Drawing the foot in towards the chest. Lifting that leg if you'd like. Reaching around to the back of the calf. Release both feet to the floor. Excellent. Can you draw your right leg in towards your chest? Grab around the outer edge of the knee. Draw it in towards the chest a little bit more deeply. Good. Can you lift the sole of the foot towards the ceiling? Reach around for half happy baby one more time on the right side. Release that. Switch sides. The left knee comes in towards the chest. You squeeze it in towards the chest, in towards the midline. Then you straighten the sole of the foot towards the ceiling. Thread your hand into the inner edge of that leg as you reach around for half happy baby. On your inhale, you lengthen, you exhale, and you release. You see if you can get that knee closer to the mat. Not to strain it, not to overdo. Being grateful for where you are, noticing when enough is enough. And when your body is telling you you've reached your edge. Couple more breaths, letting the body open up. Then you release that arm, release that leg. Good. Press your right thigh over top of your left thigh. Shift your hips towards the right. Take your legs towards the left this time. Good. Both shoulder blades on the mat. Getting a good stretch. Come back to the center, uncross the legs. Bring your hips back to the center. Cross your left thigh over top of your right thigh. Squeeze the thighs together. Bump your hips towards the left. And let your knees open out towards the right. Here it is. Both shoulder blades stay on the ground. Back of the skull is back of the neck is long. Couple deep breaths in and out. Coming back to the center, uncrossing the legs. Coming to your center. Knees are bent, soles of the feet on the floor. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Torso comes towards your knees. Release that. Give yourself a hug 2 more times. And then release your legs down and get yourself ready for Shavasana. Let everything go. And just breathe in and out. You stay in Shavasana and listen to the sound of my voice. Breathing in and out. Tell me about your journey. Tell me about your journey out of darkness. Sit side by side and speak to me of how you moved from low to high. Or if you're still in the valley, still gripped by despair, tell me what it's like there. Your fears, prayers. Draw close to my wood stove on this cold and cloudy day so we can weave our tales together, invisible braids that will not let us stay apart. Our journeys are so similar, our stories like echoes bouncing back from distant mountains. Our lives boil down to how we pick ourselves up and make the choice to be grateful. Even if we're still afraid, we decide to love and live and give what we can of our gifts. Tell me about your journey, and I'll tell you about mine. Together we will find the shared and timeless language of our humanness to remind us that we're not alone. Together with me, enjoy the depth of your Shavasana. You can continue your Shavasana journey for as long as you wish. But when you're ready, you get to make small movements of your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes, your wrists, your ankles. Noticing how you feel now. Noticing especially how good your body feels. Allowing yourself to take a deep, full body stretch, reaching your arms overhead, and being grateful for those parts of your body that feel so amazing. And then when you're ready, bend your knees and roll to one side and remain there. Cradling your head with your lower arm, look into your beautiful heart space. And scan through your body one more time. Notice the places of your body that before class needed attention and told you so. And notice now how very different you feel and how very different the message your body is sending to you now. Be grateful for the messages from your body. And as you're ready, walk your knees closer to your heart space. Continue rolling to your side. Use the strength of your hands to sit back up into a good seated position, beginning your class in Sukhasana, just as we did at the top of class. Coming to your center, crossing your legs, fingertips next to your hips, growing long through your side body, lifting your heart space, taking your shoulders up to your ears, back towards the back of the room as they broaden and drape down your back. Take your hands to your upper thighs. Tilt your chin, close your eyes, or soften your gaze. The invitation this week is to really listen to your body and what it's telling you. And be grateful for the messages from your body. When you learn to listen to yourself and nurture yourself, only then will you really be able to listen to the world outside yourself. And from a place of being fully nurtured, be able to begin nurture the world. Inhale your hands in front of your heart space. Lift your heart space. Take your thumbs towards your heart space. Lift your fingers. Lift your torso. Peep open your eyes. Take the corners of your mouth to the sky. Namaste. I'm so grateful for you. I'm grateful for being here in the seat of the teacher. I'm grateful for you coming to yoga class today. Have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your week, rest of your year, rest of your life. Enjoy your journey. Namaste.